Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Coach Chris coming at you on Friday, November 1st, 2024, with a recap of the ES Channels trades I made for yesterday. Well, all I can say is I got extremely lucky. I broke all the rules, yet somehow got rewarded. I won't say rewarded, I got very lucky. I ended up taking 11 trades. And most of the trades were try and dollar cost average my price down because I got way upside down on this trade, and I'll show you on the chart in a minute what I'm talking about. So of the 11 trades, 7 were winners and 4 were losers. And you can see how my losers far outweighed not far outweighed, but in the end I made $78, but a lot of it was chewed up over here. So average time in trade was over an hour. I'll explain why I was in there the way I was when I show you the chart. The longest trade I was in for 2.5 hours. And look at this. Commissions $11 on micro because I had at one time up to 11 contracts. So it doesn't matter, but it was $11 in commissions. So gross P&L 78.75. So I was able to keep the green streak alive, but just barely. Remember what I'm looking to do here. I'm looking to average $100 to $150 per day. Do that every day. Copy traded over a minimum of 10 prop firm accounts. That'll be $1,500 a day in profit. So in this case, it would only be 700, so 780. So I met half my goal, if you want to look at it that way. The good thing is it was green, but the key for this strategy is to control your losses, which I did not do, and then to use strict entry and exit criteria, which I did not do. And I'll show you that again here on the map. So those are the results. Let me show you the actual chart here. Now, one of the things you'll know with the system is that, let me just go over it here. Let me just see if that covers all my entries. Yeah, I think that should cover all my entries. I should have stretched this out a little bit, but it doesn't matter. So these are the channels here. The blue is the basis line, or the line that price likes to revert to. Well, you can see here, when the market opened, we were already way, way down below the basis line. Normally, we're up here at the purple or green line. And look where price was. Now, the other thing is, these lines should be going horizontal here. But you can see here, because the price was dropping at such a rapid pace, it expanded the volatility, and what it did is it sucked these algo or indicator lines down with it to compensate for that volatility. So when these lines are pointed down like this, or if say they were going the opposite way, say price was rising and the volatility was pulling the lines up, we don't want to trade under those conditions. We want to wait. Eventually, these lines will level off as price and the algorithm adjusts to the calculation, and then we can get back to our strategy. But guess what I did? Thinking, here again, it's foolish thinking. The system and the mechanical rules are set up to help keep you out of trouble. And what did I do? I jumped right into the lake. The lines were sweeping down, yet I still entered simply because the price had deviated so far. Remember, the red line is normally our stop loss. That's the extremely low level. So I got in a trade, my first trade here, okay? Second trade continued to go down. I got into another one to try and get my price average down. They did a huge liquidity sweep here, all the way down to the red line. I got into another contract there. I think I ended up with 7 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Because that was the next round. I ended up with 7 contracts on this first initial part of the trading day, and then these 4 blue arrows on the second part. So finally, I'm dollar cost averaging all the way down, just hoping that it's going to level off. And it actually had a slight pullback here in these 2 green bars to the yellow line. Now we're at about 10:30 in the morning Central Time. Well, what did it do? It reversed down and got all the way down, and they did a big liquidity sweep again all the way down here. So I got into the last contract of this series, which put me at 7 MES contracts. This is a 5-minute chart of the MES. So that's $35 a point at this point I'm risking. Well, after that liquidity sweep, you see you get a doji candle, and then the market did reverse back up. And so once it got up to this green line, I don't know if you can see, there was a huge liquidity sweep to the upside, which triggered my exit there, and I got out of all of those at like a $25 profit. But the way that Tradeovate calculates those, it considers the ones here like that I purchased above that price. What it does is it considers these a loss, and then it puts the gain on these other contracts that were actually bought below the exit price. So what happened then, I had gotten out, and then price came down. So what I did is I entered into a contract here and here, and price moved up to here. It wasn't a huge gain. It was maybe $25 or so. But the way the market had been acting, I just wanted to put a positive trade on the books. And so I was able to do that. You can see it. I got in the 2 here, and then I exited the 2 here. I think those were around $25 each, something like that. Well, right after I sold that one, guess what the market did, of course? It had a big sell-off all the way. I entered one way down here at the yellow line. There was a big liquidity sweep to the downside. I entered another one there. Then price consolidated and actually came over. I got into another one here. I exited one here, and then the price reversed. And when it got back up to the green line, because it was now 2 in the afternoon and I wanted to get out of these contracts, boom, boom, I got out and ended up with the $83 overall profit. But it's lucky I did, because look what happens. Even though I could have got out here, I would have had a chance, but it had gone down, then it went way up here, but then look how it reversed down going into the close. And I mean, really sold off here just prior to the close. So that's why I got lucky. So I violated all kinds of rules. First of all, you never enter on the yellow line. Okay. If anything, we're entering on this purple, green, hoping that price is going to revert back up to this blue line. Price never reverted up to the blue basis line at all during the day. And look at how these slopes remained. It didn't even have enough time to level out any of these lines. So got really lucky to make the now. Today is going to be an interesting day, because we had some overnight price action that brought it. So I'm still tracking these. I'm going to do a study this weekend to see how many trades actually would have been successful if I followed the normal rules: purple to blue, green to blue, purple to blue, green to blue. And you can see here, so far it's looking really promising. So you can see how the lines are already starting to slope up. So if these start to continue at this kind of increased angle, that's not too bad. You could still trade, but if they really start to get exaggerated and price action pull these up, I'm just going to have to stay on the sidelines and follow my rules, because I don't want to get in a position like that where I have to get lucky to hit my goals. So thanks everyone for watching, all my supporters, all my customers. Last day of trading for the week. I think we can all use a break. Next week is going to be crazy. There's going to be all kinds of volatility around. So you'll have an opportunity to make money. This may not be the best system to use next week, simply because of this likes slow and steady more than the AccuTrader will be the thing to use next week if it can catch the moves in time. So you guys have a good weekend, and I will talk to you next week. Oh, maybe over the weekend I should have a video or two. So you guys take care.